Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here today to talk about one of the most critical issues of our time, disaster risk reduction. As we all know, disasters can cause untold damage to human life, property, and the environment. In many cases, the most vulnerable members of our society, such as children and the elderly, are the most affected. With climate change and environmental degradation occurring at an alarming rate, it is more important than ever to educate ourselves about the current state of our environment and how we can help to protect it. It is our responsibility as young people to learn about the risk factors underlying disasters and how we can reduce their effects. By doing so, we can help to create a safer and more sustainable world for ourselves and future generations. One of the key risk factors underlying disasters is climate change. Climate change has led to an increase in extreme weather events such as floods, droughts, and storms. The rise in sea levels caused by melting glaciers and polar ice caps has also increased the risk of coastal flooding. Another risk factor is the rapid urbanization of our cities. As more and more people move into the urban areas, the demand for infrastructure and services increases, putting pressure on already limited resources. This can lead to overcrowding, poor sanitation, and inadequate housing, all of which increase the risk of disasters such as fires and disease outbreaks. In addition, the lack of disaster preparedness and risk reduction measures can also contribute to the severity of disasters. Communities that have not implemented measures to reduce the risk of disasters are most likely to suffer from their effects. Many of us are unaware of the potential hazards in our community and do not have an emergency plan. Lack of knowledge on disaster risk reduction measures, limited resources to implement disaster preparedness measures, and inadequate communication channels can hinder effective response to disasters. I believe that we all have the energy, passion, and drive to make a difference in our community. We can start by educating ourselves on the various risk factors underlying disasters and the best ways to mitigate their effects. We can learn about the disaster preparedness and risk reduction measures that have implemented and how we can support these initiatives. We can also take an active role in raising awareness about the importance of disaster risk reduction. We can organize active community-based activities such as cleanup drives, tree planting, and disaster response drills. We can also work with local organizations and authorities to develop and implement disaster preparedness and risk reduction initiatives in our communities. As we continue to face the challenges of climate change and rapid urbanization, disaster risk reduction will become even more critical. It is essential that we equip ourselves with the knowledge and skills to reduce the risk of disasters and protect ourselves and our communities from their effects. Furthermore, disaster risk reduction is a critical issue that affects us all. As the younger generation, we have the responsibility to learn and take an active role in building a resilient community that can withstand the impact of disasters. It is crucial for all of us to work together to promote environmental sustainability and disaster preparedness so that we can create a safer and more sustainable future. Once again, it's an honor to be your resource speaker. Thank you so much.